Good morning guys and welcome back to the channel. So today, as I promised, I will start my broadcast with mixing shellac and I will show you how I'm doing this. And I have prepared two because I have yellow, lemon yellow, orange and garnet. So I will mix both and we again will make some samples with the fresh shellac on the same wood, basswood, which we have in the kit. Where is my small screen? Oh, my small screen decided to run away. So I will put it here. So I'm usually using denatured alcohol or fuel denatured alcohol. At the moment another word escaped from me, which what liquid you can use for dilute the shellac. I'm usually diluting it as maximum concentrated as possible, so less layers needed to apply after that, but still I'm trying to make it without crumbs. So if you have created too thick, so just add a little more alcohol and it will be just perfect. And if you want to airbrush your shellac, then you have to use some additional filters, like I have it somewhere. Such small tiny filters. So you can literally just put it in the cup of your airbrush and pour some shellac, or you just can filtrate them and filtrate shellac and just use it already filtrated. I'm usually filtrating a few bottles. I have some bottles like this. This is alcohol, but I'm usually also filtrating directly into such bottle shellac, and then I'm using it when I need it. So I think everybody already joined, so let's switch to a bigger screen and I will start with shellac because I will pour some alcohol and will pour some flakes of shellac and will leave them for 10-15 minutes to soak before I will mix them, and then I will add more until to the proper concentration, like this. So it's visually they are different. This one is more reddish or dark brown, this one is more yellowish, but when I diluted them and tried on pear and boxwood, the difference was so thin, almost invisible. So let's try it on the basswood, maybe on the more white wood it will be more visible with these shades. So let's experiment as usually. And as I said before, always before applying something on your model, make some samples. You always have some cuts off, some strips of wood which you have on your model, so always try on them everything what you have bought. Any oils, shellac or stains, first try on samples on wooden strips like this and then apply it on your model. So let's start with pouring some alcohol. And watch me how I will spill it. Okay, just in case. Don't want to make my beautiful working board wet, even if it is just alcohol. A little more. Maybe a little more. Maybe too much, but it's okay. I'm usually making a small portion of shellac because I prefer to make fresh one. Usually I'm using such small portion during half a year, maximum 1 year. It's very rarely, but usually I'm using it in half a year. And if you have made a lot of it, better to store it in a dark, cold place. I did spill some alcohol. Just couldn't without it. So let me clean it. And now I will pour some flakes. I'm eyeballing it again, as I said, so I will add more. So where it's more? I believe in this jar I have more alcohol, so I will make this one with yellow shellac. I believe it is also with some instructions here. Yeah. So Bechko, this is trademark, probably shellac solvent. Yeah, so this is what they suggested to use. so to know how to read it properly. But you have also instructions how to dilute it in the bag. I'm just using alcohol. It is working. Oh, some flakes. Okay, let's wait until this portion will melt, and then we can add always more. And here I will pour some garnet. So maybe I will overdo it already. We'll see how it will melt. Always can add more alcohol. So I just will keep them like this 10-15 minutes aside, so I will not spill them like this. And let's start preparing also planks for our whales, because today I want to make whales. And before I will start doing something, I will will say a few words about whales, etc. and models. I'm just reading your comments. So, if I have missed questions in the chat, please drop them in the comments, regular comments under the video. I will read them after the live stream and will answer them, because quite often I'm just missing them. So I'm sorry for that. I'm doing this not intentionally, so I just will read regular comments and will answer them. So let's go back to our model. And I believe it's visible even. Let me put both sides. So here we have 2 layers of shellac, here we have 1 layer. So I will apply second layer again here, so I want to get exactly the same color. Actually, I still have a drop of shellac, old one. So while we diluting fresh one, we can use this drop of shellac, so it will dry. It will be the same color. And I will use this brush. And just let me put it closer. And if I can open the jar, of course. Maybe I will finish it, or maybe I will still have a few drops. I'm not mixing old one and fresh one. Usually when shellac is not stopping working, or it's too long, when it was made like 1 year, about 1 year, it is getting more stickish, or dries longer. So if it is already getting that, if you are getting that effect, better to just throw it away and make fresh one. It is working until it dries fast, instantly practically. What get stuck to my brush? So I will go with 2 layers. Actually, I need also to apply it on top of the skill. Just want to sand it first. I don't want to have that orange or brownish color, so I will do it in the process. What I have missed here? something like this. So this is final layer of shellac. Still have a few drops. And I need to wash it. Okay, now let's move about to whales, and I will start with the talk. So let me find first my strips. So whales 1/8 3/16. Let me convert it into millimeters. 1/8 okay, inches into millimeters. So 1/8, this is 3.2 millimeters. 4.8. Okay, let me find it. So should be something quite thick. Maybe this 1, 2, 3, 4 strips. Looks like this is for the whales. .70 something. 3.2. What I have said thickness? 1A. .2, and this is 3.2. Oh yes, I found it. It's together with some planks. So this is our whales. We also can check instructions. Definitely should be something useful. But also I want to admit that one of the students, who is also a member in the group on the Facebook, already noticed this, and good job, that about the whales, in the kit we have 2 strakes or 2 strips of wood. When it is on the original gunboat, only 1, and this is really a very good job. I can maybe understand even why manufacturer did this, or modeler who designed it, because it's much easier to bend narrower plank than when it is too wide. But since we want to make it more historically accurate, so we will follow this. We will make 1 strip above the whales, especially when I already have checked, and in the kit they are providing much wider planks, so why not to use them and to make it properly. So let me find this description about planking the hull. Planking development drawing. Sheet 1, okay, where is sheet 1, sheet 2? Have I put it, or maybe this one is sheet, yeah, this is probably, because it's visible clearly, because you can see this, all joints, butt joints, and this is what we will repeat too. Of course we will check it in the book, and I forgot to bring them. Let me bring books closer too. And I did check that links where to buy these books. I definitely put them under the description of this video, each video actually. So if you want to check them. And yesterday I got a comment that this one is out of print. Why it's not on? Oh, good job. The battery died. I forgot to install coupler. Give me a second. I need to use this coupler to make my camera working because I just forgot it. I think it's much better now. So I got a comment that this book is out of print. I found mine on the second-hand bookstore. It's actually Book Barn, and I found there quite a lot of very useful books at the cost like $3-4. The most expensive one was $12. And we have here in this book bigger size drawings. This one have also, but this with less details in much smaller scale. This one is more useful like information because here you can find all facts, and this one was written like for general public, like every child can understand what was the gunboat and what she was built for. But this small book has bigger quantity of details. So we have also here on this drawing waterline drawing, but we can see also this butt joints of the planks. Let me check if we have same entire drawing. So this is section. What else do we have here? Let me go in reverse. Unfortunately, originally it's written on this stamp that it is this full set. It's 16 drawings, but in this book they have published only a few. It's not visible here. So we will use what we have. And in this book we have also frames, actually knees and floor timbers, sort of. So I can find this drawing also. It was somewhere in the end, I believe. Here also black and white pictures of all artifacts which were found. And this is the latest publication with all analysis and evidences, with all letters and documents where the Philadelphia gunboat was mentioned. Okay, this is guns. And should be some, oh, finally, drawings. So yeah, it's practically the same waterline drawing. So what else? This is top view. Oh, I believe this one is not available in this book. We have this separate drawing with this structure. So what else? And this one we also have in the book. We have lines here. We have additional drawing here with how the beams positioned under the deck. Actually, this is a very good drawing. I got quite a few questions about why we have this such chopped planks in the cockpit and why it's such a weird look and why it's such weird nailing. Because, as you can see, we have this floor or deck flooring, if I can say this, or floorboards. They are on entire bottom of the boat. So outside planking and inner planking is like sandwich for floor timbers and the knees, which are presents frames here. So we have these planks for entire bottom, not just because manufacturer created not real frames, but just bulkheads. We can't put this floorboards to entire surface, so we have only these two pieces in the cockpits. But originally they were on the entire bottom of the boat. So this is just a good example what happened. Just because we also have here these beams, and they are also shown here for the decks. And the deck planking, we will be nailing exactly where these beams are positioned. So, and I believe this more massive beams, this is only because of the guns which we have, two guns, so to support them. And I'm trying to find, oh, this one. This is the drawing where you can see this is knees, which exactly we have this here, like top timbers. Just it's such weird design, I can't even apply proper terminology. And we have just this floor timbers, so they are holding together all that planking. So, and as you can see, probably somewhere to here, yes, and somewhere to here. Actually, not all of them even perpendicular in the middle part. So they are, some of them perpendicular to the keel, some of them just not, and then they are turning at an angle. So this is essentially knees, our frames, and floor timbers. So just to explain you how it was built and why it is such weird. So in the kit we have just, instead of putting floor in for entire model, we have just few pieces, so that's why we have such weird butt joint here, for example, and then just 2 millimeters and it disappears in nowhere, because it's supposed to be continued for entire boat. So I hope I have explained you properly with my awful language. Yeah, so who hasn't joined a group on the Facebook and you want to see what participants of the group are doing and how the same kit can look different, so you should join. If you are building the same model, you should join the group and just check. And if you are brave enough, you can share also your result. I know this is the most difficult part, to share your result, but this is I think the best opportunity to get some proper criticism and advice, and everybody who already did make, for example, the same mistakes, they can just share their thoughts. And because this is a private group only for participants, so nobody will judge you, everybody just understand you perfect, what was wrong and what was going with how you got that result, because everybody who is building this model in this group, so nobody will judge you. So I just advising you to join the group on the Facebook. Link also is in the description under this video. So I wanted to check only butt joints and I couldn't find actually proper drawing except this one. So only it's visible on the whale and strake up under it, yes, and it is the same. So I hope who designed this kit used also drawings from the original replica, so we will follow this pattern on this drawing from the kit, because looks like it matches all these butt joints. Good. And talking about whales, why I'm usually starting, doesn't matter what kind of model. On the Gunboat Philadelphia it is not that much matter, because we have literally above the whale one plank and only 4 under it. But usually when you have a model like 3-masted ship, sloop, or even single-masted, so you have this problem when you are, for example, planking it from keel, moving towards the whales. In the moment you are reaching the spot where you have to put whale, you have such waves. And when you are putting a thicker plank, like continuing planking, you are getting even more visible. You are just like underlying that something was wrong. So I'm advising you to always start planking your models from whales, so you can position it perfect, just straight line. It should be carved, of course, but without such wavy, like it should be just perfectly straight and just carved or bent on the lines of your model. Because if you have made a mistake from somewhere on the bottom, you just can, for example, install drop plank or stealer, so you can fix this in the process if you will be planking from whale to the keel. It's easier to fix than when you plank from keel to whales. It's proper. It was how it was done usually on original ships, but since we are building models, we are imitating. We are just making how the ship look like, but we can do it in reverse. It shouldn't be built exactly the same way how the original ship built. You just have to get the result as close as possible to the original ship, so you don't have to plank it. You can plank actually from keel and from whales, and somewhere in the middle you can put plank just to connect them, but always start with whales first, and because this is the most visible part. If on the bottom you have made some wavy or curvy planking, it will not be that much visible, because on the bottom usually it's flat and you have to just stick your nose under it to see this. When the whales, it's on the most visible part. Usually they are black, so it's even on the contrast of color you can see that something was wavy. So that's why better to start always with whales. And as I said, I want to make entire model like classic that contemporary models which were built out of boxwood, ebony. So I will convert my basswood into ebony with black alcohol ink. But before I will color it, I need to bend it, because we have such fragile frames who already, even on the live stream, I just touch them, just kick like this, and they decided to break. So we need to secure it, we need to bend it first before gluing to the model. And so I will try to create a proper bend as close as possible of this curve of the model, and then I will glue it. And then first I will bend, then I will color it with black alcohol ink, and then I will glue it. So I hope I will do it today. So let's finish with shellac. It's already melted, so let me show you what happened during this talk, and we will start bending planks for the whales. Okay, let me move it a little. And I will show you. I definitely overdo it with garnet and put not enough yellow one. So yellow one, you can see it melted. Just let me grab a stick. So it's definitely even not enough. So I will add more yellow flakes here. It still should melt. But I need to add a lot of alcohol here, because just jello, it's not shellac. But I will move my model, so I will not spill alcohol on my model. Maybe this will be... Wow! Maybe I should use also garnet shellac on the model. It's still maybe should stay longer, but I will add some flakes first, because it's definitely not enough, and then we'll see. And let's keep it another 15 minutes or so to melt. I will put it somewhere here so it will not be in my way. And I will use another tool today. So I have electric plank bender, and finally I have proper one. When I'm saying proper one, it is with a proper socket, not European. So I don't have to use my electric converter, or how, I don't know how to name this, just because I have also my rotary tool. This is the only tool which I brought from Ukraine with me, is Proxon, which was designed for 220 volts, so that's why I have this electric converter. So as my plank bender also was 220, but finally I have a proper one, American one, and this is from Model Expo store, and I actually was very surprised and delighted. Recently I burned my big soldering iron, but their plank bender has also a nozzle. You just need to unscrew this head and you have a nozzle like regular soldering iron. I just recently got this one, so I filmed video and I will publish maybe next week or two when I will have time to edit it, and I will show you in how it actually it's contains in the in this kit, and how to assemble also this. This is actually very interesting. This is basswood, and I was skeptical, like, oh, it's soft wood, it's impossible to bend something in it. But no, it is working fine, and I like it. So I will use this one today. But for those of you who don't have electric plank bender, and probably you have seen my plank bender with a candle in the Lobster Smack series, but let me show it to you. It's literally made out of scrap. It's just a metal jar with a candle. So you just have to screw it so it will not roll, and it is working fine. So I can use both today just to show you, and if you are interested in, I don't remember, I haven't put probably, or check in the description, I don't remember if I have put a link to this video how to make such plank bender, so you just can see how to make such simple and very actually it is working quite well. Just with electric plank bender it's much easier, much faster. So let me put this one on the stand, and I will turn it on to warm it up. Which one I can disconnect? Maybe this one or this one. Okay, so it's warmed up, and I will use also a glass of water. It doesn't matter which plank bender are you using, you have to use some water, so just to soak it. I'm not soaking too long, sometimes just brushing it on top of it. As you can see, it's just, the glass is not deep enough, so we just can soak it a little, or we can use a brush like this to get water even higher. But you can always apply it directly on that mold, and just don't try to press it immediately. First warm the wood, just steam it, and then apply the pressure, because I like basswood. It's soft and easy to work with, like carve something with a scalpel, but this wood is not elastic at all. So if it is not properly soaked, I will put the glass here so I will not spill the water. And it's not hot probably yet, so we can chat a little. So let me show you also alcohol ink. Yeah, you can also soak it in alcohol. It will make it more elastic. But if you are using electric plank bender, it doesn't matter that much. And I want to show you this alcohol ink. Actually, this is also a very good option to color your wood in red, green, blue, yellow, so without any single drop of paint. It's actually also very interesting because who is familiar that in Europe it's sport, and there is an organization, Naviga, which includes 36 countries, European countries, including Ukraine. So there is a class in ship modeling when if you have built a wooden model without any single drop of paint. It's a separate class, and people are judging how you have played with different colors of wood, but you can use alcohol inks, but not paint. This is such play of, and it's not really visible. For example, with such alcohol ink, I converted just regular fur look like ebony, and in a moment I will try it on the basswood. I hope it will work in the same way. So how such liquid can make your cheap wood look very noble. So this is what we will do, but for this I will use probably something like to cover my white workbench, so I will not make it black, because this ink, it creates such thin layer, but it's just very difficult to remove. Not impossible, but it is ink. I need to buy more, it's not much left. Now let me check what is going on here. Is it? Yeah, it's not hissing at me, so it's not ready yet. So we can chat a little more. And I will use some sandpaper after that to sand this surface before applying alcohol ink. And I have somewhere, yes, this is just cut bag, trash bag. This is for applying alcohol ink without coloring my working board. But let's start. We can start warming it up. It's not hissing at me. Maybe we can start with this one, candle plank bender, because it is getting hot instantly. But I have to bring another candle. This one probably will die immediately. It almost burned. Ouch, it's hot. Is it visible that the candle is burning there? Yeah, I definitely need to bring in another candle. Give me a second, I will bring a candle. Because this one is not working, it's too small. I will come back in 1 minute. This is what I wanted actually. Okay, I'm back with a spare candle even. I will put some candles here. Maybe now, and that one is also ready. But let's just try this one. Oh, come on. So we will try different ways how to bend it. I also used my oil heater during the winter while I was working on the karak. I was literally hugging and sitting next to it. So I looked at the heater, it was quite hot. So I tried to bend my walnut strips and it was working fine. It's not burning the wood, it was bending it. So what I have missed here, alcohol ink instantly soaks into the wood, so you just can apply, you can spread it with a brush, but you don't have much time to brush it actually. So I will show you in a moment. It soaks maybe 1.5 or maximum up to 1 millimeter into the wood, that even if you will scratch it accidentally, you will not get that white scratch. That's why I like it very much, because when you are just painting wood, it's very easy to damage that layer of paint, very easy to scratch, very easy to peel some paint. But with alcohol ink, this is not a problem. You even can sand a little slightly after using alcohol. So just, I think this is the best solution. And I think it's already hot. Yeah, it's hissing. So I will warm it up first and then we'll apply some pressure. And until it will dry. So I can also feel that this plank bender is also already hot. Of course, while I was running to bring the candle, it is already ready too. But let's bend one plank on this candle plank bender and second one with electric plank bender, and we'll decide which one was faster or better. Both will work. It's drying, and usually I'm not drying it completely, because when it's crispy dry it's very difficult to unbend, and in our case we have such fragile frames that probably it's better to have it a little moistured, so it still will be a little elastic. And also I have to create some stoppers, so to position it properly on the mid frame, and maybe 1 or 2 stoppers in the bow, we'll see, and then I can clamp it. I will explain it in a moment. And because we have such fragile frames, maybe I have to drill holes for the nails to install some stoppers. It actually will be just pieces of wood, so let me show you everything in order. And I just want to have my model at hand to check it. What is this curvature? Maybe this is just perfect for the bow. Oh, I already managed to make perfect curve. So maybe just a slight bend in the mid part for the mid frame. So as I said, I just will apply with a brush some water. Just slight bend. This is where our mid frame is supposed to be. So just warming and slightly bending. But not drying completely, to have some elasticity. Just don't do something like grab a jar, it's hot. Did it, so I know it's definitely painful. Okay, it's unbending itself, it's still too wet, so let me dry it a little more. I don't know if microphone can catch this psh sound where it is still wet. Okay, how much visible? So we have created curve. Let's try it again. And it is too long, so let me find first a joint, butt joint. And because we have here we have a starboard, here I'm working on the port, but let's think that our model will be completely symmetrical. In truth, it wasn't. So what we have with all these butt joints on the one side of the model, it can be quite different on another. But since we have one pattern, we will use both for both sides of the model. And just in case, I will check one more time in the book. These whales. So it was somewhere on the mid frame. Is this same here? Yes. It is somewhere on the mid frame. Only one. So just need to locate exactly on which one. And we will use for this the drawing from the kit. And it's probably not that much visible. It is on this wall. This is my drawing. And so I just will measure it with a ruler. If I will find my ruler. Is this one is short. So this one is longer. Plus minus because to stern it is about 30 centimeters. So I will use it same here. And it is exactly 30 centimeters, so I just located the frame. I will show you in a moment which one. I just want to mark it on the frame. And here. So off if you are checking from the cockpit. Let me move this one a little without burning myself. So from the cockpit or stern cockpit, we can move forward until to this joint. This is just to keep I believe it was for the bottom. So in front of it, this frame, this is the location of your butt joint for your whales. So if you're moving from the stern, this is before this small joint. So this is our frame. And first I will, let me put bow here so you can see what I'm doing. So I need to cut my whale at a proper angle to just same angle actually as my stem. Good job. Camera decided to disconnect itself because as you can see, and I haven't bent, haven't bent the end of it, it's just straight really. So I will cut somewhere here and then I will create same angle to just to touch my stem in a proper at a proper angle. So let me use cutting mat and scalpel. First I will cut it just by eye, and that's why I like basswood, it's very soft. And now I have to attach in such way, or to cut in such way. Actually I almost got proper angle. Let me flip it a little so you can see. It's almost proper angle even. And let me also find this. We have marks for the planking, so the lower edge of the whale should touch these marks on the frames. And that is why we also want to make some stoppers. So just want to show you how I created this curve. It's almost repeating, plus minus, it's still elastic so I can clamp and bend it. So this is what I'm doing. And now let me also to check. I will just flip it to on my side. Just want to be absolutely sure that I have made proper angle. Maybe just slight sanding. Very, very slight sanding with such block. So definitely it will be proper angle. A little more. Something like this. So I believe this is just perfect right now. Just slight touch. And before I will cut my proper length, so I will clamp it a little. I have a few clamps here already. So let me, maybe I should move my cutter from here, or slicer, because it is a little in my way. I was keeping it here, but maybe it wasn't a good idea. I will use it, of course, just not there. Because I need some space for my model. it visible? Yep, actually, so I can show it to you. I need to flip it like this. Not convenient for me to work, but it's convenient to show you what I'm doing. And as I said, this is the most important part, so better not do not rush, because it's very fragile frames. And let's clamp it, with hope that I will not break them, because maybe you probably should make some wooden clamps additional, but we'll see. Actually, I have another idea how not to damage frames, because I'm afraid that with such clamps I will break them. But I have rubber bands. Let's try if it will work. And I have somewhere 7 pins. Yep. This is also a very common question, where I'm buying nails. And this is actually not really nails, this is sequin pins actually. They were designed for using for sewing. And this is all the nails from different kits. This is 1/2 inch sequin pin or sewing pin. Where is my nail driver? So I just want to make sort of stopper for it will not slip lower than I needed. So let me grab this one and I will try to do this. Should be somewhere here. I will just put nail if it will not run away from me again. Of course, this is not the most convenient angle, but don't know how much it is visible. I believe it's visible. So the nail is actually under the whale, so my whale can't slip lower. And I will use another one. Now I can move it. Just need to move rubber bands first, because they are preventing me from moving. It's not precise, plus minus, but I just want to go this direction. Maybe another rubber band. And I will move towards the frame where I have to cut it. One more time. So this is the frame where I have to cut it. I marked it with a pencil, don't know if it is visible, but I want to keep this one. Just because this is such a model where you have to cut it precisely, So this is what I will do. So I need to cut it somewhere here. Where is my pencil? Pencil. Right here. So this is where I have to cut my length. And now I will use my cutter or slicer because pencil can mark it from this side. What? Without clamping, it's a little dancing, but it doesn't matter. I will cut a little longer, and then I can slice it to a proper one. 2 more, a little more, 2 millimeters more actually, 1 millimeter more, and it's almost perfect. Maybe just slight sanding. Actually, I can use also my disc sander. It's on the side of the table. So just to get to this mark with the pencil, and I will put this one back on this side of the table. Before doing coloring and tinting it, I will sand it. I will sand all this fur which we have, because the basswood is it's soft, but it is hairy, if I can say this. So I want to remove all these hairs, so I will sand it and will polish it. And also another thing which I want to talk is that we have such thick plank, when we are bending it, so it gets, with any material, just this is physics, so you are getting this part wider. So what I want to do, like a little chamfering slightly, it's not that much visible, but this is also gives you that illusion that it's not perfectly straight line, so you have to chamfer it very, very slightly. So this is what I will do. And especially with such, it's always in curves, and it is very visible. So I just will make it almost invisible, but I am making. So when it was 90 degrees, what I'm trying to say, when you are bending, this thickness of the material spreads up and down, so you have to remove this extra thicknesses. And also because this is every model, it's a rounded shape, and when you have perfectly 90 degrees planks on the curve, they are not perfectly touching each other, so you have to chamfer edges to make that perfect edge on the thin line without any gaps between. So I will continue for entire length also, but I have to sand a little more where we have this curve. And now I just want to sand it entire surface. The second half of it, I will also measure it, but I will cut maybe about 5 millimeters longer than I need, because when I will glue one half and I will start gluing second half, then I will cut it precisely. but I want to send this plank. Second half I will bend with electric plank bender, so I can move this one somewhere because it's hot. It's getting hot from one candle. And also it's important because you have the traces from the blades, tools which were cut in these strips. So it's important to remove it to create perfect flat surface. Again, it will be 2 hours of preparations and then to glue two strakes or 2 whales. And I also want to make just these edges, just want to make them with a small tiny curve, not even chamfering, just a few touches of sandpaper so they will not be that sharp, to get some softness on the model, like this. And I will use Scotch Brite or scuff pads to polish it. I believe this sandpaper 240 grits and this scuff pad about 600 or something, or 400, don't remember exactly, just to create perfectly polished surface. And I do remember about the shellac, so let me finish with this whale and we will mix it or stir it. And do I like it? Yes, I like it now. So I will hold this on the model. Let's go back to our shellac. So maybe garnet is almost ready. And still with some jello, but let me mix it first. Or stir it first. No jello, almost melted. Don't know if it's any differences between these two sticks. Yeah, this one may be a little more yellowish and this one a little more brownish, not even reddish. Maybe now I overdid it with yellow shellac, never did such huge portions before. So when I want to show you how to do it, I did every possible mistake. So, or maybe it's just enough. Let me stir it first and then we'll see. Maybe it's just ready for to be used. And now I just got cuts off from the whale, so we can use this for the samples. Because I don't know what is this wood, but it's definitely not a basswood. It's something. And I want to try it specifically on the basswood from the kit. I still have some flakes. So maybe I have to add a little more alcohol in both jars because I have some gel on the bottom. So a little more alcohol. to clean this alcohol. Oh, and I have made a few spots, but I like shellac because I can clean or just remove the layer of shellac just with cotton swabs and alcohol. So that's why I like to restore old models, because like 100 years ago this is what modelers were using for models to as a finish layer, shellac. Okay, let's wait until this melts. But we have on the bottom still, we have some flakes, and then we will check. So this should melt completely, and this is, so when it can't melt, so this means that it's already very rich or very concentrated liquid. That's why I added more alcohol to dilute it and just to wait when it will melt. And now I need to make second half of our whale for the starboard. Found a nail. Actually, this is a very nice nail driver. This is also Model Expo, but I like it not only because it's wooden and because we are doing wooden modeling. This is quite a big handle, and so it's very convenient to push it. Just where I have put planks. I saw they are right under my nose. And in the stern we don't have such huge curve, it's more like at an angle, but still I will make a slight bend, but this time with electric plank bender. So let me play with it. Oh, it's definitely ready. So I actually don't want to make a very big curve, and yes, this plank bender is doing it's much faster, so I can feel how my plank it bends. Is like really something very, very elastic. I even don't have to warm it that long. But since I don't want to make a huge curve here, I'm just applying slightly, maybe more. Maybe a little more, just for entire length, which I will use. So here even can bend the edge of the plank easily. Somewhere here should be our mid-frame, mid-section. So now we have this slight curve, and let's try it. A slight curvature. So let's try it. Can bend more somewhere around here. So right here, need to bend more. Plus minus, I'm eyeballing it, and as I said, I'm not drying it completely, just to have that elasticity. And I will continue a little farther, because I still have to bend it on the model. I don't know if you can hear this psh, psh. But it dries it much faster than candle plank bender, and bends it much faster and easier. Okay, how about now? I think now it's perfect. I need to cut this at an angle again, preferably without breaking anything on the model. Just grab something with my finger. Yes, you know that actually if you will stab your finger with a sharp scalpel, like almost through it, practically through the finger, it's quite painful. First 3 days I couldn't even fold fork and do anything. This was holding my finger and walking like this without touching anything. So when I'm doing something, I'm doing this right, with proper sharp scalpel. Maybe just a little bigger angle. But I still can't hold anything, just painful to touch even something with this finger. So that's why I'm with this weird thing on my finger. Need to dry it because I can't sand it. This is minus of basswood. When it's wet, it's difficult to sand it. So I just want to dry it, this end of the plank, so I can sand it. And now let's try it on the model. I can put this one also to check what is going on. Something like this, and I can use another rubber band here. Don't fall. Let me grab another clamp like this to hold it in proper position. And now I can, let me check. Something like this. But as I said, I will cut a little longer. Closer, 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 like this. And let me check how you can see it on the camera. To check this angle, maybe I need to bend it just a little more in the very, very end. Just angle it. And what do I have now? I need to sand a little to the proper angle, like lower part of it. Okay, I can do that. But I like this curve, just perfect. But just slight sanding. And yes, I haven't made rabbits yet, because I will do it after I will sand entire hull, after planking. I will explain you in a moment why. Give me just a second. On the kit who has noticed, they are suggesting you, because it's whales are much thicker than planking, so they are suggesting you just to sand it to the thickness of the planking and thrown, because originally whales were same thickness from stern to stem, and that is why it's wrong. That's why I want to also to add that piece of wood after planking, just imitate rabbit, because it is also much easier to sand planking all the way to the stem without damaging it, because it's very soft wood. That's why I'm not gluing my rabbit immediately. So something like this. Again I will use some rubber bands to mark where I have to cut it. Rubber bands. Rubber bands. Need more rubber bands. And yes, I can use more clamps. Or nails or clamps, whichever is more convenient. Okay, this is too big rubber band. It is not working. I can remove it. One is enough. But I can add another one. Somewhere here. And I think I need to sand more for the proper angle, lower part actually. Yes, I definitely need to sand more. So let me finish with this. Angle first, and then I can cut it. Actually, I also have my disc sander here, clamped on the edge of the table. What do I have here now? Oh, now it's good. So one more time. Now I will mark it, but as I said, I will mark it and will cut a little longer one. Excuse me, it's just a dust. So I will mark it on the inner side too, but I will cut like 5 millimeters longer, or about 5 millimeters. I will cut it when I will glue first half later, precisely. And again, I will repeat sanding and polishing. So first we will chamfer in this edge, just very slight, both sides. Need to dry it a little, because if it is wet and you are trying to sand it, it just will create more hair. You can, I don't know if you can see actually, right here I have these traces from blades when it was cut, so that's why it's also important to remove. It will be very visible on the model later. Just with this model, rubber band seems like the most useful because it's such fragile frames. I was thinking about to make stoppers from wood, so I should drill holes for nails, but actually it's basswood, so I can stick nails into them, so like to stop plank from moving down or upward. So I think I just will stick with nails only. And I can use rubber bands. Okay, now second side. So I'm trying like to put it at an angle a little, so just to create that imitation of chamfering. It's not really chamfering, it's almost 90 degrees, just slight like about 5 degrees. So not 90 degrees plank, like 85-ish angle. And just to remove all these traces from the blades. They are still here. Maybe I just can scrape them. So I'm using scalpel as a planner, surface planner, if it's perfect word. Yep, just remove them. This is 240, I'm sure. It's not written here, but looks like it. And this is the most common what I'm using. This side, then I just can round the little edges. just a few touches for the edges, so they will not be that sharp. And slight polishing. Oh, nail holes only in the frames. I'm not drilling or not nailing through the wales or through the planks, because I will make imitation of nails or tunnels later. Yes, I am nailing through the planks when I have, for example, double layer planked model hole. Then I can use nails through the planks. It's the easiest way. But when we have single layer of planking, so it's just a little more complicated. You can't, you can, but it will not be beautiful after you will remove the nails, because they are leaving not perfect round holes, so you can't use them as for nailing later. And that's why I don't want to use nails through the planks. So now it's beautiful. So we have two halves. Now I need to cut another two. Or bend first, and then I will stick with electric one bender. It's faster, but both ways can work. Electric one and candle one. Okay, its stern part is closer at the moment towards me, so I will use this one for stern side. And better not to rush. It's very easy to break, sometimes impossible to fix, but PVA can do miracles. But if you will break something, glue it with PVA and wait 24 hours before again bending it. So just first I will steam it, and then I will start applying more pressure. And I have to bend more here. Something like this. Let's try it. Yay, just perfect. Maybe just a little more behind this spot. And it will be just perfect. Just slight curvature here in this area. And what do we have now? Perfect. So let's cut again. Angles, sand it. Let's grab it with a bare hands just to check how hot it is. Maybe it's too big angle or too small actually. On the contrary, let's try. And ow! Just touch that stand and it is hot. Just want to dry this edge so I can sand it. Let's try this angle. It's definitely too much, so I need to sand it like this. It's really difficult to sand basswood when it is wet. It just creates hair, so I need to dry it. Maybe entire plank, because I have to sand it slightly. Not completely dry, crispy dry, but at least without wet spots. Like this. Not yet. What do we have now? Maybe just a little more to bend right here. Better, but the angle is not perfect. Still, it is not perfect. How about now? Even worse. Okay. Need to sand more. It's always one part will be so difficult to catch proper angle. Okay, vertical is correct, but now it's too short. Finally! Yay! But actually, because I want to cut this side a little longer, so I probably can do it without clamping, because I can mark plus minus and cut 5 millimeters longer. I will cut precisely second half from the bow. What is this on my hands? And I will cut it 5 millimeters longer. Now I will sand it. And second half. A little with a scalpel, and I need to dry it because I'm creating fur. And just to inform you that if you want to share your electronic address, any kind of address, phone number, you can't. YouTube blocks such comments immediately and deletes them forever. So I can't see them in the scam folder. So this is just YouTube's rules, so that's why you can't share any kind of personal information. And that is why also I can't install long links in the comments. So that's why they are all in the descriptions under the videos. Sometimes short links can pass through, but it's sometimes, and then they can just disappear. So it's better to drop them all in the description under the video. And just why it's so hairy here? It's already even dry. This is the only thing which I don't like about basswood. It's too hairy. Actually, after applying shellac and sand, then I can remove all that fur. Now I will make a little slightly rounded edges, as I did on the previous two. And I will polish it with a Scotch Brite. One more and we can start coloring, but before I want to check shellac one more time. So what do we have here? Okay, no jello on the bottom. It's good. Good, I think this is just the most concentrated garnet shellac. I will keep this as a sample somewhere. Maybe on the jar. How about yellow one? Do we have no jello on the bottom? No crumbs and flakes? I think it's also ready. So let me stick 2 pieces of basswood into it to make samples. And I have this piece of cuts of whales, so I just need to cut it into halves. So one will be with G and Y, yellow. So this one is yellow. Let me use brush. So this will be a sample of yellow one. I can use actually on all 4 sides. It's not polished, but it's okay, it's just a sample. And I will make also same for the garnet, but I will wash my brush first. Next time we can apply second layer on one of the sides and to check what do we like more and how different in colors and shades garnet and yellow one. And this one for garnet. Just by eye it looks just more oranges. Not that bright yellow, just really very slight shade, but we'll see how it will be with the 2 layers. So I will put it to dry too, somewhere here, and we'll wash the brush. Now I can close, if I remember which from this. From here, this is from here. So I will keep them on the table behind me, and we will continue this experiment next time. We will apply second layer. So let's cut finally 4th piece of the whales. I have another 2 cuts off. And I need to bend second half of the larboard side whale. I will apply a little more water farther. So first just steaming, warming up the wood, and then more pressure. Something like this. I'm going to dry it a little more. Still too wet because it was too long in the water. But now let's dry it first and then I will dry it. Just perfect match. Wow. Okay, let's cut perfect angle also. We'll see how perfect it will be. It's also with some brownish something. What I've done here. Oh, wow, absolutely wrong direction of an angle. So let me use my disc sander. Here now. Again still too big angle, so I need to cut something like this. Proper angle. Vertical looks like it's okay. Maybe I need to bend also a little more on this frame. Just right here. I need a slightly bigger, or no, oh, on the contrary, smaller radius. Let's try now. Okay, overdid it. So if you got something like this, you see, it's now too curvy. Just need to apply water and use the plank bender in reverse. Or just a little more water and it will get elasticity back, so you can unbend it. Okay, a little more. I need to make this angle a little more, not that sharp, but I need to dry it first. Almost perfect. So let's make it perfect. Good, but now I will use this rubber bands. Just to create or to cut proper length of this side of the whale. Need more clamps. And this. Something like this. And I need to continue on this marks till I reach the frame where I have to cut it. This is where I have to cut it. something like this. I just want to make sure that it's completely visible. So I want to show you. I will put aside blank bender so I will not burn myself, because this is what I will do for sure. Now I want to remove this and dig it out from this rubber band. And I need to cut it more or less precisely. Almost. And again, sanding. Maybe a little drying first, a little more, especially that half which was in the water. Do you still have space for 4 strokes below the whales? Yes, sure, of course. They are marked on the bulkheads. So actually 4 strokes are marked, and I'm gluing my whale above them. Just above the whale we should put 1 stroke, wide stroke, not 2 narrower ones as it is shown in the kit. Yes, Mark, you are absolutely right. It is with 1 stroke above the whales. Checking what I have missed. The thing is that in the kit they have positioned whale correctly. The mistake is only in the quantity of strokes above the whale. On the original Philadelphia gunboat, it's only 1 wide stroke, one wide plank. In the kit we have 2 narrower ones. Maybe it was done intentionally exactly so it is easier to bend, but we are doing everything more historically accurate, so that's why we are dealing right now at the moment with whale, and then with everything else. Because as I said, whale is much thicker plank, it is more difficult to work with, so better to position it perfectly straight first and then plank up and down the hull. I'm behind the schedule, of course, I'm 4 minutes late, but I really want to glue it today, so in the moment I finish sanding, I just will use alcohol ink, it dries instantly, and while I'm searching for the glue and searching for my favorite tool and more clamps, it will be ready to glue. So let me finish with sanding. Because sanding, this is very important part, and yes, ship modeling, this is 80% of your time sanding. And sitting under the table searching for small details and parts which flown away from you. But this is the difference between plastic modeling and wooden. Wood can bend, twist, just from the different humidity in the warehouses. It can make some complications for you. Plastic, it can't deform, it can't twist. Yeah, sometimes maybe can, but the only thing what you should do, just cut it carefully without chipping off plastic. Maybe hide that cut. So essentially you are gluing two halves and you are getting already ready whole. But the most difficult part with plastic kits, this is my thought, to paint. To paint plastic that it will look like a real wood. And this is really something I can't afford, no, can't do. I don't like paint models from the very beginning. That's why I prefer completely wooden models. Maximum I have to paint underwater line. And now I need to sand a little this surface. So that's why my favorites, galleons, actually they were painted, carracks, and less paint, the less paint the better. And I believe it's good. Let's create a slightly rounded edge. And sand it. So now I need to tint them to convert basswood into a noble ebony. So let me remove what I have attached and let's do it. I want to mark also that this is starboard. Stop. This is larboard. This is starboard. Not that I can flip them, but this is starboard and this is larboard. And now I can turn off the blank bender. Oh, good job. Almost disconnected everything. But now I will use, this is just, I cut a bag for trash so I can use it for dirty work like this. This is already with traces of some alcohol ink. And I will use gloves and such plastic brush if I have to spread it somewhere, because mostly it just soaks into the wood, what is actually quite nice. In the instructions to that alcohol ink, it is written that it is not designed for wood, but it is just perfect for our modeling. It soaks into the wood inside, so you can even sand slightly after using alcohol inks, and it will stay black. What you definitely can't do when it is painted, because if you will sand painted part, you just will get that bare wood. And then when you will create a spot, if you will add some paint, when with alcohol ink, even if you will create a spot, it will not be visible. So that's why I like it very much. And where I have put the bottle with ink. Oh. So this is what I'm using. I want to record it also. Oh, come on. Need to open it. Preferably without spilling on myself. It is already with the nozzle, but to make it even, I will use a brush. So you see, you don't have a chance to use brush. It soaks inside immediately. So I will try, but it's not that much time. It's already dry. And apparently it soaks even more in the basswood, like a sponge. It just drinks it. It is good. So maybe we can get completely black wood. And this end already dried. So that's why I like it really very much. So next one. But if you will use paint, also paint first and then glue. It's more complicated to do it on the model, and when you will paint it, for some reason it's difficult to stick something to that spot. And of course I forgot to put the link with ink in the description under the video, so I will put a link in the description after the live stream. And the last one. I'm glad you like it, John. That's why I'm making all these videos. Actually, live stream saved me from lots of questions which I was getting previously. I forgot how I was as a beginner also, and I had the same questions. Just you start reminding me exactly these same questions which I had and nobody could answer me. So I'm ready to answer everything what I know. Just ask me, because I really forgot how to be a beginner. And yes, I also was searching for the proper glue, what to use, what paint, and how to apply it actually. It was also a challenge. Done. So let me remove gloves, find my glue, and we can finally glue it. I will wash it later, just need to drop it somewhere. Oh, it was also with some primer on it. So let me brush it now, because it got stick to my perfect black whales. And now the most interesting. I need to glue it. So let me grab clamps, as many as I have. I will need all of them. Actually, for the basswood, it's very useful to have these wooden pins. They are not damaging it, because these plastic ones, they can damage it. Let's try not to damage it, but we'll see how it will go. I haven't brushed this. This is our perfect whales. I think I have all of them here now. So glue and something for the glue. Oh, this is my buckets, and this is how I damage my finger. This is 6.5, 7 millimeters tall bucket, which I was carving on my finger, and that's how I stabbed my finger. Oh, I found something for the glue. I will use this one for the glue. I have something dried already, but I can remove it. So I can have new portion of glue here. I'm thinking maybe I should position camera lower at bigger angle so you can see actually how I'm attaching the whales. So let me change a little angle. Something like this. It's visible, so it's a little farther. Now it should be visible all the way to the frame. Sort of visible, okay? And I will clamp the model this time so it will not slide. Actually, will clamp stand, not model, but still I will need some clamps, and let's have some here. I will need some glue. Brush for the glue. And more rubber bands, probably. We'll see. But I can attach them, prepare them, let's say. Have some more here. Something I can put additional here. Oh, without jumping preferably. Maybe additional somewhere in the middle also. Come on. Like here. Or actually, maybe this one. Should I add something here? Small one. And maybe I will need some clamps here as well. Do I have more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I had more, I think. Should be 7 at least, or 8 actually of this. I have lost somewhere black one. It's very important to have that one. Oh, it's right here. So I will put it over here. Maybe this, I will move them later, but we'll see. And I will need some nails as well, because I don't know where and what I will have to adjust. So, larboard, starboard, larboard. I lost my mark on this one. Larboard. So this is both starboards. Should be starboards. So let's start with larboard because it's visible. And I will apply dry first, and then I will start applying glue and clamping it. Just want to position it first, check, and then glue. Or maybe I have to use this one. This will do the job much better. And that is why I decided not to put, not to make rabbet, because I can damage with these clamps my stem. Let me move a little camera. Just move a little. Hold. And this one. Now I will position in such way that they will be maybe on small clamp. So this whale will be on the mark. The lower edge of the whale should be on the mark. Like this. Like this. Maybe more rubber bands. This is probably too tight, but let's try. Actually, because I'm using rubber bands, maybe I can't apply second whale without moving first one, so maybe I will glue today one and second one will be next time. Need to figure out how to clamp this one. Something like this. Okay, so this is what I will do when I will apply glue. Let me check what is going on. I need to do something here. Oh! So actually I will use these clamps from this side without any problem. Because these are much better to keep it in proper position, so I have to just clamp it later. So yes, I don't have enough clamps. Tell me who has enough clamps. because I have a few more. I can put it somewhere here. It has to be on the safe side. And I can use a nail. Like for this one. So it will not slip down and everything what I have marked is in the proper position. Let's glue it. It's already not in pain. It's 3 days I couldn't work. It was swollen. I never seen such huge finger. But now it's not in pain, but I still can't hold anything. Just from the touch it's painful. That's why I'm working like this. So sorry for this weird action. But now let me remove this rubber band. I will apply it in a moment. I will apply glue. And let's start gluing it. So something like this. Actually, I can remove this one. Oh, even this clamp become very useful. This one, I mean. So glue. And I don't care if I will spill it on the frames, I just will clean it in the places where the planks should stick, because these frames are not visible. We will have also inner planking. Okay, now let's start clamping it. I need to clean with my tool mark. I will try these wooden ones. Actually, can't reach in this spot specific one, but I can do it with ouch. Actually, if you will spill glue somewhere, you will clean it after drying with a scalpel, so it's not very big deal. Okay, come on. But better to clean it immediately. Let me check from the side that it is perfect. And now I need to glue all this, the rest of the frames. Ah, not what I mean. Okay. And the tail will be the last one. And this is why I like PVA also, because I can glue, I can move. For example, like this one. And then I can clamp. So I will clean as much glue as I can, see if it is in wrong spot. We need rubber band here too. Somewhere to pass under everything. I can move a little because it's not in a proper place. Now it's here. There is a mark. Just perfect. Forgot rubber band. I will use different ones that one I already need to cut. Because I don't want to rip off already glued part. And a drop of glue right here. And here I need to clean this edge so I can insert second half. And let me move this. Where I haven't clamped it. Maybe I will unclamp something and I will clamp second half, but while I have all these clamps available, I will clamp every single top timber. But now let me move it. Good. Okay, I can see somewhere glue is sticking, but I will cut it later with a scalpel. Next episode. and we'll clean it. But let me move the model. Something like this. First dry and then glue. Apparently I have also some sort of allergy on the basswood dust too. But the worst is walnut actually. So now I need to cut first also. So I need to attach it in proper position, cut proper length, and then glue. Clamps. And watch me how I will break some top timbers. Okay, where I can get more clamps. Here. Okay. More clamps. This one I need to lift somehow. Even more. Too long. Come on, move. Like this. And actually I need another clamp. I will steal this one. Something like, yep. I'm just checking how the hair line is, or strike. Now I need to cut. this will be the most interesting. I will mark it with a scalpel. Watch me how I will stab another finger. Just to mark. And now I will use, I need to remove and attach it one more time before gluing. Let me mark. I did mark inner part, but let me cut closer and a little closer and slide sanding. Glue. Now again I need to attach it dry and then we will glue it finally. Not what I mean. But now I need to attach this clamp one more time. Move until this one will, yep, like this. And I have some wire clamp, so I will hold this one. Now let me attach it again properly. Good. This one a little up, like this. Actually this clamp is not holding anything, but just in case. And this is how I have to glue it. Just 1 second, my back is hurting me. I have some problems with the back, so when I'm bending myself it's quite painful. But I can read a few comments. Just asking, checking questions. It's not really easy. I think that on the live stream you actually can see really how much time I'm spending on each plank, because when I'm making video, just like a full build vlog or something, in 20 minutes you can see, for example, hundreds of hours. Not maybe hundreds, but at least 50-60 hours. On average it is from 40 to 60 hours each video which I'm publishing originally, but you are watching video like 20 minutes on average. so it's not that easy. You have to sand each part, each plank, each piece, just to spend 2 hours to prepare these 4 pieces, so then to glue them in during 15-20 minutes. So let's glue this half of the whale. Of course, I forgot again about one rubber band. Just remembered on time. What is good? Stop. Haven't applied glue. The glue. I'm sorry, couldn't talk with a pencil or with a brush in my mouth, but I'm just cleaning glue where I can, so I don't have to clean that much next time. Oh, I haven't clamped my model properly. This side, the second half, so now it will not slide. Okay, now let's clamp it because it's not holding in proper position. Clamps. Oh, my back. For some reason it's not long enough. Why? I don't know. It was perfect a moment ago. Okay. Not much clamps left. Not many actually. Clamps. Is this all? Really? I have some too strong which can damage my basswood easily, so I don't want to use them. I'll try to use wooden ones. Or I just can shift some of them. and put wooden ones on this side while I'm still in proper ones on this side. Okay. I have a rubber band here so it will not damage it. Good. Need a few more. This is just too strong clamp, so I just will use a piece of wood so I will not damage my whale. Like this. And I will remove glue from here. So I think this is it. But I want to check something. I want to check how my how the whale is, how fair, that it is without any waves. So I'm just eyeballing it, and if it is something weird somewhere, I just need to move and shift it. Looks like it's alright. It's good. I like it. Don't know how much it is visible for you, but this is what I have done today. I glued one whale, and it will be clamped minimum 24 hours. So if I will need some clamps, I will remove them. If I will not need them during the week, so I will remove them next Saturday. And with this, finally, I can say that done for today. But in the second whale we will glue next episode, and probably we will start working on the decks. Because every time I can glue one strake, probably, maybe when I will finish with whales I can glue one strake on each side, we'll see. But if I will need that huge quantity of clamps each time, then I have only for one strake per issue, and that's why we have to start working on the decks, and maybe we can start working on the spars, and so something always will be in parallel with planking. So thank you very much for coming, and thank you very much for joining me today and sitting that long until I finally glued one whale. And see you tomorrow with a small lobster smack, which I hope that I will finish tomorrow, and then we can meet twice a week with Philadelphia. So with this, I wish you a very nice of the rest of your day, evening, depends from which part of the world are you watching, and see you tomorrow or see you next week, guys. Bye!